Appeals court allows Trump to end temporary protections for migrants from Central America and Nepal. The Trump administration has already terminated TPS designations for about 350,000 Venezuelans, 500,000 Haitians, more than 160,000 Ukrainians, and thousands of people from Afghanistan and Cameroon. A federal appeals court on Wednesday sided with the Trump administration and stayed a lower court's order keeping in place temporary protections for 60,000 migrants from Central America and Nepal. The Ninth U.S. Circuit Court of Appeals in San Francisco granted the emergency stay pending an appeal as immigrants' rights advocates allege that the administration acted unlawfully in ending temporary protected status designations for people from Honduras, Nicaragua, and Nepal. The district court's order granting plaintiffs' motion to postpone, entered July 31, 2025, is stayed pending further order of this court, wrote the judges, who are appointees of Democrat Bill Clinton and Republicans George W. Bush and Donald Trump. Temporary protected status is a designation that can be granted by the Homeland Security Secretary, preventing migrants from being deported and allowing them to work. The Trump administration has aggressively sought to remove the protection, thus making more people eligible for removal. It's part of a wider effort by the administration to carry out mass deportations of immigrants. Secretary Kristi Noem can extend temporary protected status to immigrants in the U.S. if conditions in their homelands are deemed unsafe for return due to a natural disaster, political instability, or other dangerous conditions. Noem had ruled to end protections for 51,000 Hondurans and nearly 3,000 Nicaraguans after determining that conditions in their homelands no longer warranted them. Their designations are set to expire September 8 after more than 24 years working in the U.S. after Hurricane Mitch devastated both countries in 1998. TPS designations for an estimated 7,000 people from Nepal were scheduled to end August 5. The National TPS Alliance did not respond immediately to a request for comment. In a sharply written July 31 order, U.S. District Judge Trina L. Thompson in San Francisco kept the protections in place while the case proceeds. The next hearing is November 18. She said the administration ended the migrant status protections without an objective review of the country conditions, such as political violence in Honduras and the impact of recent hurricanes and storms in Nicaragua. In response, Tricia McLaughlin, the assistant secretary at DHS, said, TPS was never meant to be a de facto asylum system, yet that is how previous administrations have used it for decades. The Trump administration has already terminated TPS designations for about 350,000 Venezuelans, 500,000 Haitians, more than 160,000 Ukrainians, and thousands of people from Afghanistan and Cameroon. Some have pending lawsuits in federal courts. Lawyers for the National TPS Alliance argued that Noem's decisions are unlawful because they were predetermined by President Donald Trump's campaign promises and motivated by racial animus. But Drew Ensign, a U.S. Deputy Assistant Attorney General, said at a hearing Tuesday that the government suffers an ongoing irreparable harm from its inability to carry out the programs that it has determined are warranted. In May, the U.S. Supreme Court allowed the Trump administration to end TPS designations for Venezuelans. The justices provided no rationale, which is common in emergency appeals, and did not rule on the underlying claims. Like and subscribe for more.